Welcome back. I'm not a reactor. I just react. If you know, you know, man. But anyways, as y'all can see, today we finna get into the Meg and the Tory case. Finna get to the Meg and the Tory case. Now I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, I was on Tory's side. I knew he ain't shoot her. I knew it. Everybody, all the females told me. All the females was like, he shot her. If she said it, he did it. Now what? Y'all look stupid. Stupid. Y'all look dumb as hell. Y'all really bought that story that she was selling? Dance, bitch, dance. Y'all really bought that? That's crazy. Y'all really bought that? But anyways, like it if you like it, hate it if you hate it. Let's get to it, man.
According to the official police report from the Meg Tory situation, reveals that Dr. Lafredo treated Meg for a laceration to her left foot. Also states that the same nurse confirmed that it was due to stepping on glass. Okay, now this is a part of the police report right here. I'll read through it, but I have to tell you that this gets a little bit more complicated. That's why I would have been. I have this already, so and salute to my boy Myron.
But it don't matter because all the females still gonna blast you in the car.
If you want to watch his channel, fed it he was really early on this, and he shared the background with me too. But when you look at this document and a few others, like you realize that there's much more to be said. That's why I didn't tweet about it because I know Meg would be like, "No, this is not true." So in this case, right, it says that there wasn't bullet fragments found in her leg; it was glass, right? But then in another situation, it says there was. So just because I don't know how far this police report followed it up to and how much of her hospital visits were all documented, right? Clearly,
Why is two documents saying two different things? Some ain't right. Some ain't right, man. Something in the air. What? Come on, man.
the first one was documented, but who knows? So I don't want to, like people like Meg, like they really think I have something against them. I want the truth, right? And also I don't like the fact that she played with me, but I'm not gonna lie on her. So that's why I didn't tweet it out or nothing like that. Anyway, I'll click on this and I'll kind of read it. This is a part of a police report. I got the full thing from because it's in Discovery. I got it from one of Meg's homies. And it says admonished Harris. I don't know why they say admonished. I think they mean questioned and all that stuff. Harris is, I believe, Meg's best friend. She responded yes, yes, and yes. I think these yeses are basically to say I'm down to speak to authorities. When Tory
Talking about he stood up. She talking about he stood up and had the gun out the window talking about dance bitch dance. Come on, y'all. Do Tory look like he would say some shit like that? Look at that nigga. Look at that nigga. Look at him. I'm just saying. Some ain't right. Cause why one part saying this, the other part saying that? Come on. Some got messed with.
Tory in the police report, when they asked Tory did not play around. Tory said, "Can I speak to a lawyer?" Facts. He says, "I'm not. I'll be comfortable to speak to y'all once I get my lawyer here." Okay. He ain't answered no questions. The two women, they're panicking, and the driver kind of talked a little bit. But this is Meg's former best friend. He said if she wanted to talk about what happened, she says, "I really want someone to represent me." Oh, she kind of said, "Get someone to represent me too," right? Yeah. Which this tells me she might be like, I don't know. I don't want to say she's involved. Anyway, Investigation, blah blah. Altercations. So what happened is an altercation between Pete and Harris. So that's Meg and her best friend. This is what the police report on the night of July 12th, 2020, approximately 4:30 in the morning. That's 7:30 New York time. A physical altercation. So indeed, Meg and her best friend were fighting, like cat fighting, handcuffed. Cool. So there was five. So there was five shots. Peterson is Tory. Smith, the driver slash security. Pete is Meg the Stallion. Harris is the best friend. Okay, so you know all the characters. There's four people. I've always told you the four people in the car stay silent. The driver is also the security. The driver has a concealed carry permit. Did not have his gun on him. However, he's going to take responsibility. I'm just telling you how this is going to play out. He's going to take responsibility for this gun. And if anything, he gets a gun charge, which is going to be a slap on the wrist for him, right? Because he does have a thing for carrying, a concealed carry permit. So he's not going to really get too much trouble. So even if it's Tory, he's going to take responsibility. Secondly, the reason why they gave it to Tory, I thought was mostly because Tory has the name. However, it appears that the gun, which was, they should describe the gun here. It was like I think it's an orange color gun or something of the sort. The gun was beneath Tory's legs. And did Tory sit on the seat because his feet touch the ground? I don't know. Anyway, I'm making a joke. Anyway, the gun was on the passenger side of the front seat where Tory was sitting. So it was in like his little box in the car. So, yeah, if the gun is by your kid, you're going to assume it's yours. We're not going to think it's the person in the back threw it over there, right? Which clearly means, either somebody put it there or maybe Tory put it there. But I told you already what's going on with the DNA. They can't really prove is that whether or not he touched the gun.
And they can't prove whether he touched the gun. Still, how long the case done been out?
Right? In terms of DNA, and they definitely know he didn't load the gun, right? Which that's one of the reasons they're trying to say it's not his gun, right? If it was his gun, you find DNA that he loaded it, right? But there's no DNA from him in loading it, right? Which is it's the report on DNA is inconclusive on the gun. So his DNA on the gun inconclusive. On the actual magazine, it's not found. So there's zero DNA from Tory Lanez on the magazine of the gun. When you're loading the gun, this is a gun. You hold the magazine, you put it inside the gun, your DNA would get in on the magazine, unless somehow you happen to get rid of it or got lucky, or it's pretty much you're not gonna get lucky, but there's no DNA found there. Is his DNA on the gun itself? Which means did he hold it at all that night? Who knows, right? Because that's conclusive, and in court, fucking conclusive. You need to prove it, right? So yeah. So 5 rounds, they entered the black Escalade and fled southbound on this street. And based on Peterson, which is Tory's seat position and the position of the firearm, Peterson was the last person to have constructive possession of the firearm. We could Google what that means, but constructive possession of the firearm means, from what I've seen, before I start lawyering y'all down and I don't say something. Now I realize they're looking at me like an attorney. So if I misspeak or I say one word, oh my God, right? Constructive possession definition, right? Let's just read it here. And okay, this is from Cornell Law. In case any of these fucking lawyer niggas who get mad at me, it's from Cornell Law. Constructive possession is illegal possession of an object, even if it's not in the person's direct contact of physical control. Often used in criminal law. For prosecution of possession crimes, such possession of illegal drugs, generally, for a court to find that a person had constructive possession of an item, the person must have had direct knowledge of the object and as well the ability to control it. So if the gun is between where Tory's legs would be or on that floorboard, they were saying it's pretty much impractical that somebody behind him would be able to access the gun or use it or touch it or whatever the case is without them doing something that's unnatural. It would be close. It would be more likely that Tory did it, right? So that's the constructive possession. So now we got that, and I hate to have to do that, but these fucking weirdos these days, like, well, really Megan, I'm like, oh my God, like, how does academics know this? Is he a fucking lawyer? No, nigga, I could fucking read. All right, cool. Okay, so by the way, this is part of the real police report. Like I got the whole thing, but this is part of it. Okay, cool. Arrest. So Daystar Peterson was placed under arrest for having a concealed carry in a vehicle. Okay. Um, this is kind of where, if this was Florida, he wouldn't have been charged if the gun was in the glove compartment. But the way they described what the gun was at, the gun was, listen. Oh, okay. There's another page that describes the gun. Like that's why I know the color. There's another page. But yeah, if the gun was in a gun compartment and you're in Florida, you could legally carry a weapon. If you're not Tory can because Tory's not allowed to have a weapon. But if you legally have a gun, you could carry it. I don't know if you have one in my head though, but you could carry it in the glove compartment. Anyway, without a permit, without a concealed carry. Concealed carry in like Florida is walking around with it, right? But if you're driving, yeah, you can have it. In New York, you can't have a gun on you. You can't have it in the car. First of all, if you're having a car, you have to be driving through New York. You can't stop at all. If you're having it in New Jersey, unless you have proper permits, you got to be driving into the range or driving through it. Can't stop at all. Ammunition got to be away from the gun. All these things. If it's not, you're gonna get charged. Same with California. You can have a gun transported, but it has to be separate from the ammo and the magazine. All type of weird shit. Which means, yeah, I'm just giving you a little bit of education. Okay. All right. Okay, so you got violation for carrying a concealed weapon. As I said, what's most likely going to happen here, if you ask me, Daystar Peterson and Tory, his security guard is going to take this. The security guard is going to say, "It's my gun. I threw it over there." Right? Now he's not going to say it initially. You know why he's not going to say it initially? Because the gun was fired. So if you just say it initially, they're going to look at you to say, "Oh, so you did the shooting," right? So it's gonna get more up. But that's something to address Tory. So if Tory beats the "Did you shoot Meg" thing, if he beats that, he's gonna beat this too, right? Because his man's is gonna say, "Oh, it's mine," right? But of course, that's gonna depend on who did the shooting and was she really shot, right? Okay, cool. Let's keep going. So he got arrested. Smith, Peterson, and Harris did not complain about injuries. So that's the driver, Tory, and the best friend didn't complain about injuries. It looked like Meg caught the case of the beast. Yo, Meg's like 6'3". Well, actually, let me not say that because she said she got shot. So, but according to the police report, they were fighting. I don't know who would fight. But look, it's only quoting the police report. Physical altercation. Look, remember, physical altercation between Harris and Pete. That's Meg and her best friend. All right? Cool. All right. Back down here. Pete, which is Megan Stallion, was transferred to Cedar Sinai Hospital and treated by Dr. Lafredo for lacerations to her left foot. Dr. Lafredo confirmed lacerations due to stepping on glass. Okay? And this is where people have now ran with this narrative to say Meg stepped on glass, right? Which that is true. There was glass found. The reason why I didn't tweet it out, I'm gonna tell you why in a second. There's some evidence that's also included, and there's a bunch of suspension shell casing. There's a pendant. I think there's a yellow umbrella pendant, which they believe is from Tory. Anyway, cool. So can we conclude that she stepped on glass? No, I can't conclude that. The reason why is that page 6 obtained more information, which is not in the police report we see. It's in some other documents that's in the discovery, and I'm working with Meg's homie to get that as well. Okay, so if you go back to people, April 25th, 2022. This is the medical details for the shooting and the bullet findings. Right, so doctor found 3 major bullet fragments in July. A medical report exclusively obtained by page 6 reveals. Now, let me tell you why there's a discrepancy, because nothing in that police report said bullets, right? And this is why I didn't report it. Initially, the doctors, because Meg told the story, which is a lie, that nothing happened and that she heard gunshots when she told him she stepped on glass. They weren't looking for bullets. Quinn looks at her. They then find that there's bullet fragments. So I don't want to say it's a lie that there was bullet fragments. From what I'm hearing, there was bullet fragments. Now, do I have the official discovery that shows this? No, I'm going off of what page 6 is saying. When I get the discovery of that, and I will get it because Meg the Stallion's friend is really good to me, I'll let you guys know about that. But here it goes. Doctor found whatever. Okay, cool. The report notes that she was alert-oriented, breathing comfortably at the time of the admission. She had a visible small wound to her posterior ankle with no active bleeding. Whatever. Through the report, Megan appeared to withhold information from several officials about how she sustained her injuries. Yeah, they were trying to figure out what. She just said, I stepped on glass. She told authorities she was walking at a party, heard a loud noise, and ran away. The medical report stating, adding that she had thought she stepped on glass. This is how it looked initially. A photo of the rapper's foot shows she sustained serious injuries after the alleged July 2020 shooting. The emergency department noted that Meg was asked repeatedly about her injury, but she stated she never heard a gunshot. Initially, she didn't even believe that there were bullets present. However, the report states that initial x-rays show bullet fragments in both of her ankles. Now, see, that's where it gets dicey. Because if initial reports say there was bullet fragments, why is there a police report that we're reading? Right? Cool. This is another picture.
Because he didn't do it. He didn't do it. And he can say, oh, well, Tory did not shoot. He didn't. Look at him. What do you need to shoot a bitch for? Hey, bro, I'm just gonna be real, like, bro, ain't no nigga that mad at a bitch that he gonna get a gun when she out the car. He gonna get a gun. He gonna point it at her out the window and say, "Dance, bitch, dance."
I think this is an exclusive picture from page 6. It shows, I think, her injuries kind of cleaned up a little bit, or maybe the other side of her foot. Right? This photo, including the medical report exclusively obtained by page 6, shows a close-up of Meg's injury on the back of her foot. An insider exclusively told page 6 on Monday, Meg told the doctor the full versions of the night events as they discussed the prospect of surgery. Okay, cool. So now this is making a little more sense. At first, they think she stepped on glass the right way because they kind of see it. They're thinking when they probably think bullets, because they do hear that she's been transported from an incident where there were bullets fired. So they're looking at her injuries to see if it's consistent with her being shot, right? This thing is 6'9" called me. I got to tell him on the stream. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, this nigga 6'9" called me over and over and over again. Hold on. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, anyway. All right, cool. Insider says, so I guess there might be some shit, right? So they probably do an X-ray, right? I don't think the X-ray just initially tells you it's bullet fragments. Like, you know what I mean? You probably would need a little bit more, I would believe. I'm just using my own brain, right? I think they start kind of telling her, like, hey, something's lodged in your foot, and she probably realized lying is not the way to go. So she tells him, like, yeah, like, someone shot near me. Because now they're telling her, like, there's something in your leg, we might have to take it out because we can't get to it. We might have to do surgery. When people start talking about doing surgery on your body, your lies will cut the fuck out. Right? She's like, no, like, I do some glass, bitch. We're going to have to do some fucking invasive surgery, and you won't be twerking for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. Listen, this looks bad. I'm like, oh, no, let me just tell you the truth, and then y'all can tell me what we could do. right? So they told the doctor the full version as soon as they told her about surgery. Ain't that a bitch? She was like, I ain't surgery on nobody. Surgery? Oh hell no, that ain't surgery. Cool. As a result of the surgery, 3 bullet fragments were saved, packaged according to standard protocol, and passed off to proper authorities. Okay? So there should be bullet fragments. I'm waiting on the documentation of that. Um, that is also part of the discovery. And from what I'm hearing, Meg's homie is gonna, passing that off to me.
Now I'm gonna conclude the video right here because I think I done heard enough at this point. All I know is something fishy. And I still think, no, I don't think, and I still know that Tory ain't do nothing. But if you stayed to the end, I appreciate you, I do. If you didn't, maybe next time I'm